Wait until the stream goes up. There you go.
Gonna join from.
I think. There you go. Hello guys, and welcome to a new episode of a new podcast approaches. We've been dead for a while, some issues have been going on behind the scenes, but we're back, just in time to discuss the final Smash character, and I'm here with...
Hey, this is CNG Gamer from the Smashlazers and Epic for Smash on Twitter. Yeah, we're back. Some issues, but I mean, it's good that we're back. And as Juan said, we're here for the final fighter. You know, predictions, all that jazz. Anyways, I'll give it off to.
Hey, SpaceKing. It's fun to be back here after it's been a long time. I think that it just was a bad time for a lot of us before we could get back in here and do this. But it is quite fun when we get around to doing it, you know?
Yeah, some issues behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's always interesting when we get it all together, though. I think that I'm gonna miss this once Smash
also,
is
something
over.
we've been kind of also working on in the background is new art.
Yeah, you can see that now.
Yeah, with the thumbnail. If you want to know who actually created that, it was the person who created this is named Smol Angel, I think. Smol Angel. I do not remember the name.
Yeah. It's Small Angel Nana.
Okay, Smol Angel Nana. And I think the Twitter's on the description.
I'm gonna link their Twitter on the voice chat. I mean, not the chat. The Twitter. Well, the video chat. You know.
Yeah. And I'll post everything on the podcast Twitter and retweet it.
All right, that's the personal, and here is the ARC one.
So, how are all of you today so far?
I'm good.
Okay, perfect. A lot of crazy stuff happened for the past few days in terms of Smash Brothers, but you know, it's just a normal Smash community, so
Yeah, normal Smash community. Past reconfirmed, am I right?
yep.
Yeah, that's you know.
You know, usual denial.
The most that we could probably hope for would maybe be
A bonus
new
fighter.
Maybe a new game, like, or a port on the next system, because we are like further. We've spent more time with Switch than the Switch has left. Like, we are probably more than half done with Switch.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be much longer now.
I still think we have a few good years left in it. I think it's too much of a success for Nintendo to drop so quickly. But at the same time, I don't think we'll see an instant return of it. I feel like we probably have only a couple years left, but I do think we've hit at least the halfway point, or probably past it. Because, how do I say this? The thing that confused me about the Switch is the fact that the Nintendo handheld usually lasts much longer than the consoles. And the Switch is a hybrid, so it's harder to tell with that.
Yeah, that's a point that you're making there, I guess. It's like just kind of sad to see it go, I guess.
I mean, I think the sad part is the fact that if we do get a new Smash and it isn't a deluxe port, we probably see a lot of cuts.
Gone.
Well, not a lot necessarily, but we'll see cuts. And I feel like even getting someone like Pichu or Young Link getting cut at this point would leave a massive impact, which wouldn't be there otherwise.
Mm. I don't know how many cuts there'll be, but I do think that it won't be as extensive as some people are bracing for. I don't think we're going to go all the way back down to like 40 characters.
I do still think the Rust will
Because
see an increase.
what?
I do still think the Rust will see an increase in the end. That could just
It'll
be
see
denial.
yeah. It'll see it. I think it'll be over 84 in the end, but I don't think every character will return. I think that we'll probably have a situation where maybe 15 or so characters don't return.
I think the interesting
And
one is when it
15.
comes to... I think it comes interesting when you think about the third parties, though.
I like some people are saying as many as like 30 won't return. I'm saying maybe about 50. Maybe I'd say maybe about 15 at the most. But more because we didn't have that many cuts going from Melee to Brawl. And we didn't have that many cuts going from Smash 4 to not Smash Brawl to Smash 4. In fact, we had a very small number of cuts, truth be told. I think it was like maybe 10 in total across both games. 10 or 11, something like that. And yeah, this one has gone further than those ones, obviously, so I think that more are probably warranted, but I don't think that it'll be as extensive as, alright, we're gonna fucking Thanos snap the roster. No, that's not gonna be the case.
I'd say we'll probably say 10 to 15 probably sounds about right.
Yeah. Like, ones that we can just point at and they're gone.
Pichu, Young Link.
Corrin.
Honestly, I think Corrin will probably stay due to their unique moveset.
Incineroar.
I think there's somewhere they're unique and they would probably stay. Like Incineroar, people saying Incineroar would be cut feel like the same people who would say Lucario would be cut in the last game. Because remember, Incineroar was chosen due to having a unique moveset.
Well, no, it was chosen because one of the people making the Pokemon games requested him.
No, Sakurai mentioned he wanted a grappler character and he was going between either Decidueye or Incineroar, but he wanted that grappler character, so he went for Incineroar.
I don't know. I think Byleth's here to stay. I think that Corrin will get cut, but Byleth will stay because Fire Emblem Three Houses was a more popular game.
But this is a hot take, but I would rather cut Byleth.
What?
This is a hot take, but I would rather cut Byleth.
Why?
Because I think Corrin's more unique in terms of Fire Emblem characters.
I do think all the other ones are there to stay, probably, though. The only one I could see maybe in danger would be Chrom.
Yeah, I would say.
But even that's questionable.
I mean, I would honestly question Roy slightly if they want to cut down on Fire Emblem particularly.
They're not going to cut Roy. Fire Emblem 6 is up next for a remake.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lucas
Who's ready to see a Pokemon?
Lucas might go again.
I don't think Lucas would go. But that's more of a gut feeling. I mean, Nintendo loves to remind us Mother 3 exists without giving us Mother 3.
If Tencent buys... if Tencent goes ahead and purchases the Bayonetta IP, not Bayonetta, I should just say Platinum Games.
Platinum Games
Rip
is
Bayonetta.
not Platinum Games. Bayonetta is owned by Sega, though.
Yeah, but Bayonetta is developed by Tencent. I mean, Platinum
Games.
If Tencent, if Platinum is owned by Tencent, honestly, they have to go through. They have to go through Tencent for part of the rights because it is a right sharing agreement.
This is just my feeling, but I do honestly think Nintendo will just end up buying the entire Bayonetta IP at some point.
Well, they did end up purchasing Astral Chain's rights, so that's a possibility, I suppose.
Understandable.
In terms of what I could actually see, though, I honestly feel like Tencent's going bigger than Platinum. I honestly have a fear that they're going to go for someone like Take-Two. And I
I
would
remember
rather than buy
Sakurai
anyone
said
else.
something during a presents that if they were to make a new Smash game, it would likely result in 6 fighters from Ultimate being cut.
I feel like there would be more than 6. Like, in terms of characters who would never return without everyone is here, there would seem more than 6, probably. Or a minimum of 6, I should say. Pichu, Young Link.
At least one Fire Emblem character, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like we'd probably see a drop of 1 or 2 Fire Emblems, even though I don't think that would be necessary. Who else? I feel like Ken would honestly be in a bit of trouble. Because he doesn't feel like an Echo that is treated as one. But there would be a few characters who I could see in danger, and honestly, I feel like Snake is one of the hardest cases to read.
That makes sense. What was the reason Snake was cut from Smash for Wii U and 3DS again? I forgot.
There wasn't a reason given. But my guess is Konami.
Ah, okay.
Konami is the fucking devil.
Hello? Can I be heard?
Yeah, you can be heard.
Yes.
Okay, my internet disconnected temporarily.
Are you back?
Yeah, I think I'm back. Anyways, I was going to try and stay as I think that Cloud will stay, but I think that Sephiroth will be cut again to be reintroduced as DLC later.
Yeah, we know the issue with Square Enix. It's not the Square Enix, from what I can tell, is honestly really giving when it comes to Smash, but they're legally
They
fucked.
want paid extra.
No.
Legally, it's
yes.
because of the music stuff.
Yeah, ownership between music and official art is screwed. I wouldn't be surprised to see Sephiroth cut just to be reinstated as DLC. Though I'd rather that be Tifa, because of my bias.
Well, maybe they'll add Sephiroth in the slot that Hero occupied via DLC, and then when it comes time for the next Square Enix character, they could add someone cool. Like maybe it could be someone like I'd be partial to Neku. The World Ends With You.
I mean,
or I'd be
the next Square Enix character. My mind goes between a few. I'd
also like Chrono.
Yeah, Chrono seems likely. Neku has a strong possibility. I would honestly say people were out for Lara Croft way too fast.
What about 2B?
Nier is going to be on its next game by the time we're in the next Smash Bros. So 2B won't be the spotlight anymore by then.
I mean, it depends. Sometimes Smash goes with a classic character.
Well, if they're going with the classic character, then they would just add Nier himself from the first game.
Who the hell's Nerf?
He's the protagonist of the first game in the series.
Wait, Nier Automata wasn't the first game?
Yes.
You sound you sound so disappointed.
It's actually pretty common knowledge that Automata was the second game. It's actually if you want to go into it, it's probably would be counted as the 5th game because it's part of a universe of games that Yoko Taro has been building up.
Either way, Square Enix has probably some of the best choices out of any company.
Actually, I can kind of agree with that.
I'd say them and Capcom probably have the most diverse choices.
Joker is gone, by the way.
Sadly.
Honestly, Joker, I'm honestly not sure. There's some characters.
Pac-Man will stay. Kazuya will be gone. Kazuya will be DLC again.
Honestly, I think Kazuya would stay. Same goes for Ryu.
I don't think Namco will be the developer again, though.
I don't think that would matter. I don't think they would cut Kazuya just because Namco ain't the developer. We already know for a fact they don't get any bias just because they develop the game.
Imagine
Although I'd kind of argue they should get a little bit of bias.
Honestly, if that meant Yuri got in, I'd be fine with it. But I'd say Kazuya would probably stay. Ryu, yeah. Terry, I'm very In ways I'm mixed on, because of the thing about the...
Terry's the crossover king. Terry's the crossover
I
king.
thought that was Ryu.
No. If you go into the number of things that SNK is crossed over with, like it's ridiculous.
But here's the thing with Terry that kind of does make me iffy. It's the fact that SNK, there was that, you know, the Prince of, what's it called?
Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, is trying to buy SNK. That's what makes me iffy.
That that he bought it 51%. Well,
Yeah,
51%.
but that would also give him majority say. I'd still say Terry would be likely, but that does make me iffy on him.
Honestly, I just want Kyo Kusanagi to come. That'd be really cool. Or Shune, because he's the new hero of KOF 15.
No, honestly, I could also see some Echoes getting an upgrade to having a more unique moveset now that Sakurai likely won't be taken over Smash.
I think Mies will stay, but
Oh, no, wait.
There would be an argument for them to be cut because Mies will become less and less relevant as time will go on.
I think Mies are too important in Nintendo's history to be cut. I would say if there was a choice for a Wii representative, they would have to be above someone like Wii Fit Trainer.
All right, rip Wii Fit Trainer. We're ripping her out.
Honestly, I'm still shocked she's in. I feel like they might just keep her piss
Smash
off people.
Ultimate. It's Smash Ultimate. You can't not have all of the characters. That's what it's why it is. It kind of baffles me when people say, "Oh, not all of the characters should have come back." Okay, but then it wouldn't be Smash Ultimate.
And honestly, I feel like all the characters should have come back, but they wouldn't have all. They don't all need to stay. I think that's the best way to put it. I'd say some characters don't need to be cut, but wouldn't be a loss if they were cut, like Pichu, for example.
Yeah, Pichu wouldn't really be a loss. Also, I think that Pokemon Trainer is getting reduced all the way back down to Charizard again.
I don't know. They don't have any...
Squirtle and Ivysaur are irrelevant in the context of like the wide and gaming public. People only remember and think about Charizard.
I know that, but I feel like the transforming ability does give them leeway, because besides Pyra and Mithra, they're the only one to have that, and it does make them stand out a lot.
I mean, I guess, but at the same time, Ivysaur is literally only in the game because the first pick was Charizard. That was going to be obvious. And the second pick was Squirtle, and that was obvious. And that just left Ivysaur as the weird one out. Ivysaur wouldn't have been in the game. And in addition to that, like people proposing concepts for other Pokemon trainers, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I feel like we're either going to keep this Pokemon trainer or it's just going to get cut down. But this is why I will say we would have kept Pokemon Trainer in Smash for Wii U and 3DS if it wasn't for the limitations, so I don't see why they would suddenly go back to just Charizard. Unless we had those limitations back, which...
Because we need room. Room for more characters.
I don't see them splitting one character with an incredibly unique gimmick just to take that away for that. No.
Because it's 3 characters.
And that's what makes them unique.
Okay, but the thing is that that's still development time that they would probably want to invest elsewhere.
Of course it's development time. But I would argue Charizard on his own wouldn't be that interesting concept, literally.
We know he isn't. We've all played Smash 4. Charizard is kind of boring, just by himself. But they did it.
Yeah, they did it because they had to, though. That's one thing you have to factor in. They had literally no choice in the matter.
They had no choice, but the thing is that going all the way back to Brawl in the development cycle, Charizard was the first one picked.
And Blastoise was also there.
Blastoise was considered, but Charizard was the first one.
Either way, I think Pokemon Trainer would be safe, personally.
I could see Zero Suit Samus getting cut in favor of a newer Metroid character.
Yeah, maybe.
You could add the Emmy.
You're assuming that Metroid Dread will be relevant then. Honestly, I feel like if they were to add another Metroid rep, it would probably be from Metroid Prime 4 at that point.
Okay, we cut out Zero Suit Samus, we add Silex, whatever. I think Dread will continue to be relevant. I think that Dread's going to be a spectacular game that severely overperforms, but that's just me.
I forgot Dread existed until you honestly mentioned the Emmy.
Well, it's because you don't play Metroidvania. Everybody on Twitter, the game keeps trending every day.
I mean, I've played
the
Hollow
hype
Knight.
is
If that
reaching a
counts,
fever pitch.
I beat Hollow Knight. Does that count?
Yeah.
Me, real gamer.
Yeah, I think Metroid Dread is going to be the best-selling title in the series, and it's going to be a very highly critically acclaimed game.
Do you
Like,
think it
the
could be one of the nominees for Game of the Year?
Yes, I do. I think that Metroid Dread will be the dark horse candidate in the Game of the Year.
I don't
race.
worry. Last of Us Part 2 will definitely win it though. And I think the third pies are what honestly interests me though, because I could see so many of them falling. And by both, I don't think they would. The ones that scare me though are the ones owned by Konami.
Yeah, those are scary. Hero's kind of scary too. I feel like they might want money for Hero again.
Hero, I feel like he's probably safe, but I could see him going either way. I wouldn't be shocked either way. But I feel like in a way his entry was too historic for them to let him go without a fight. In the Japanese audience, I mean.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, I've just realised, Steve.
Literally, that's where I was going to go next. I think Steve's gone. I think
Nintendo
think
would
he's-
fight a howling of a battle to try and get him back, but at the same time, keeping in mind how long discussions took, I'm not sure.
Right. That's what I think. I think that
Nintendo would go for war for Steve to come back, and if he isn't in base, he'll definitely be DLC.
I think that Banjo will be back in base just because Microsoft doesn't really care about Rareware. Like they even threw Banjo onto Switch Online, and there's rumors going around that they're going to do Banjo Tooie and Diddy Kong Racing and Perfect Dark and other stuff. So like the Rareware stuff is going to be on the Nintendo Switch.
I don't feel like Microsoft's in the way of Steve though. I feel like it might be more Mojang and the fact that they're having to communicate in 3 languages. With 3 languages, turn it up. Steve, he's someone I can't really say. I feel like Nintendo will really try to bring him back though. Out of all the third pies, I feel like that's the one they want back the most.
Who do you think they would want back the least?
Plant.
Well, if those rumors of a Metal Gear Solid 1 remake exclusively for PS5 are true, Snake. Snake's gone again.
I don't know. Honestly, I feel like if those rumors are true, it honestly helps Snake's chances because it shows Konami is willing to play ball with their IPs again.
There's also, obviously, I think that Simon and Richter actually have a pretty decent chance of returning. Because I think that Konami cares more about Castlevania than they do Metal Gear, because Castlevania is just an easier game to make than a Metal Gear game.
I think
that's why they keep making these effing collections.
I think the issue more lies with the company that owns them. If we see that Metal Gear remake, I honestly think Konami's characters chances raise a lot. Because we know Konami's willing to play ball when it comes to their series. Without that, honestly, I would put my money on them being cut. Honestly, I would rather not see Snake. I feel like he's. I feel like Smash when he was cut didn't feel right in a way.
Do we think they'll cut Pyra and Mithra in favor of the Xenoblade 3 protagonist? I think Shulk's here to stay. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, I don't think Shulk's getting cut. Pyra and Mithra.
Possibly.
I'm not sure. I don't know if they would. This is one I don't know. I don't think they'll just cut a rep due to a newer game. They don't really do that. Like when the examples when they have, usually the characters they've cut have been clones, or not important to the series.
Yeah.
But Nintendo has rarely cut characters just to trade them with a newer one. In Smash.
Oh, they did cut Mewtwo in favor of Lucario.
But that's what I'm saying, that with the odd exception. And Mewtwo was planned for Brawl as well. His data was in the game.
Yeah.
Imagine Nintendo getting rid of Sonic in Smash. That'd be funny.
If they get rid of Sonic, they're getting rid of all third parties.
Microsoft buys Sega rumors true. So Microsoft cuts ties with Nintendo.
Actually, I think if Microsoft buys Sega, then all 3 Sega characters stay automatically.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Look, the enemy of their enemy is their friend.
Yeah,
Nintendo's existence in Japan prevents Sony from having a Japanese monopoly on the console industry.
Yeah, Microsoft's really burning up to Nintendo. With Steve, obviously the issue is Mojang, who obviously...
I think that this is going to culminate in maybe something on Game Pass from Nintendo, and it's going to surprise us.
I do think it will happen eventually.
Microsoft keeps giving, but they're not getting.
I feel like we will eventually get something like that, but I feel like we're talking years of the future.
Yeah.
I'm probably not in the next console generation. Probably the one after that. We may see something like that.
Okay. As for the whole Sega thing, if Sega is indeed bought, like I said, I think that I actually think that the Sonic IP stays multi-platform, even if Sega is owned by Microsoft.
I don't know if I'd say multi-platform. I think it would still have to come to Switch. I feel like Microsoft would take the risk of losing good races with Nintendo with that. The other ones I think would become exclusive, with maybe the exception of Bayonetta. Bayonetta I'm 50-50 with.
I'm not sure about the Shin Megami Tensei and Persona, just because those are the kinds of games that just flop in Japan immediately if they're on Xbox.
I feel like those are the games they need to keep exclusive for a chance for Xbox not to die there, though.
The thing is, though, that there was a Japan exclusive Shin Megami Tensei game just for Xbox. It was called Shin Megami Tensei 9.
Oh,
no, it's not number 9, letter 9. And it was...
Atlas, you dumbasses.
And
I want
the
these games on
Xbox.
Xbox, but I don't. But why the fuck would you make it exclusive?
It was original Xbox exclusive, and it was only in Japan, and it was one of the worst-selling games of all time.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh my
so,
god,
yeah,
Atlas, you dumbasses.
Yeah, that's the whole reason that Megaten doesn't show up on Xbox, and I think that Microsoft would look at it and say, okay, we're probably just going to let this continue to exist on Nintendo platforms because there's no profitability here on Xbox.
You have to keep in mind, they are trying to push Game Pass more than Xbox, though, so it is harder to read now.
Anyways, we're kind of getting lost in the weeds here.
Yeah. Anyway, who else? I'm just looking at the roster. Honestly, I feel like most of the Echoes are safe. As long as the original character doesn't get cut, I feel like all the Echoes are safe, for maybe the exception of Ken.
Ken?
In my eyes, he's a unique character. Sakurai had said he would have been, but he decided he's an Echo. Probably because
I'll be right back. I have to use the cam.
Nice.
Ken.
Yeah, I feel like besides Ken, I feel like all the Echoes are safe. Assuming their character who they're an Echo of isn't cut.
Even Richter, that makes sense.
If Simon's cut, Richter's going. If Simon isn't cut, Richter's staying. That's the best way to put it.
So it's kind of like both or nothing.
Yeah, when it comes to Echoes, except for Ken. Ken is the interesting case for me. Obviously, all the original 12 are staying. There's no way in how they're getting cut. There's a reality where Jigglypuff's cut and I'm happy. Honestly, while I doubt it, I'd like to see all the first parties stay.
Mega Man, Cloud, and Ryu are the characters who got me back into Smash. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing you started with maybe Melee?
Pac-Man, Mega Man, and Sonic are probably the only third parties where I think they're just safe.
I'm back.
I mean, if
Welcome
like
back.
Bandai Namco still is developing Smash
Even
Ultimate,
if
though.
Bandai Namco isn't developing Smash, there's no way in hell they're getting rid of Pac-Man. It's Pac-Man.
Miyamoto suggested Sakurai to use Pac-Man.
That doesn't even matter.
And Brawl.
It's Pac-Man. He's just as iconic as Mario and Sonic. And Mega Man's been too requested beforehand to be cut. Those three are the only ones where I'd say there's no way in how they'll get cut. Unless an extreme case happened, where Sony bought them out or some shit, which won't happen. There's no way in how they're dropping.
Wouldn't Nintendo have first pickings on a Namco buyout on account of the fact that
they only own like a percent?
they
only own like something like 1%.
Wouldn't they have first pickings though? Because like Namco literally has a dedicated Nintendo team.
What? Are you fucking kidding
They
me?
have a team. They have a team in their development staff specifically dedicated to working with Nintendo.
Oh my god, Namco.
It's actually kind of funny.
The amiibos are evolving. Nah, but I'd say those three are probably safe. I'd say Ryu's probably safe. Ken I could see going either way. Snake is truly dependent on the state of Konami, and if they're willing to play ball with their IPs. Cloud's probably safe.
They're willing to play ball. They're willing to play ball on friggin' Pachinko.
Yeah, but even then, I don't know how much they've done with Metal Gear even in Pachinko. It seems like they hold a grudge to characters Kojima has a hand in.
Really? I mean, the Metal Gear Pachinko machine makes millions of dollars every year.
Does it have Snake in it? 'Cause I haven't actually heard of that one.
I'm sure that it does.
Konami when Pachinko. Well, Cloud I can bet's coming back, but he'll come with fuck all. He'll come with like 2, maybe 3 music tracks if we're lucky. Obviously, Simon and Richter, the same Konami situation. Joker, can't say. Honestly, he's one where I'm not sure. Bayonet is safe. Unless something happens, in an extreme case, Bayonet is safe. Hero, I honestly think would stay, but it's hard to tell. Banjo, yeah, unless Fallout
What about
happens.
the older characters?
Older
The
characters. The original 12, I think we can safely say, won't be cut.
I don't mean those older characters.
I'm just mentioning them. From Melee.
No. I'm talking about
Like Mr. Game & Watch Rob does.
Oh.
Mr. Game & Watch, Rob, Duck Hunt, those kinds of characters.
I think they're either too iconic or too synonymous with Smash at this point to be cut. But Duck Hunt's one of the people who saved the gaming industry alongside Rob. I don't think those two are cut, and I feel like Mr. Game & Watch is too synonymous with Smash now. As that weird character. Also, if I'm not mistaken, it's one of the first things when bringing Nintendo into gaming. So he also has that historical impact. I don't know, I feel like those three are safe.
Is Sephiroth safe? Absolutely not. Sephiroth is very unsafe.
Sephiroth I think safe for DLC again.
To return as a veteran, but not as a...
Yeah,
he won't be...
Yeah, because...
He won't be in base.
Yeah, I feel like they would want to bring that music back, but I feel like it would be incredibly hard to do that in base. And if
Do you think they remove Min Min in favor of the ARMS 2 protagonist? Because ARMS 2 exists, guys. Let's just be honest with ourselves. It exists.
But space. There is no protagonist.
There's going to be a protagonist because the mistake they made last time...
Space. There is no protagonist. You heard the creator, right? No protagonist.
Listen to me. Listen to me, okay? There's going to be an ARMS 2. Let's just be realistic here. And what was the big mistake that ARMS 1 made when as it is compared to ARMS as Splatoon?
Existing.
ARMS had like an no. No. That's not even funny. I like ARMS. Anyways, the mistake that they made was they had an arcade type mode where you fight a bunch of opponents, but they didn't have a story/campaign mode where you used the ARMS character's unique abilities within proper level design. That didn't occur. Splatoon did that, and that's why Splatoon had the edge over ARMS as an IP, because you had the single player, which basically acted as the tutorial to properly understand the mechanics going into the online modes. ARMS didn't have that. And I think that if they produce an ARMS 2, they're going to make it a proper campaign with actual levels and not just matches that like use these mechanics in creative ways. And if that is in fact the case, then there will be some character that is set and designated as the main protagonist. That's why I say ARMS 2 protagonist.
Honestly, what if the ARMS 2 protagonist is Min Min?
Well, then we just keep her and we don't speak of this again.
You never said anything. Honestly, I don't think they'd cut Min Min. I feel like she's pretty easy to develop for, and would be easy to use for a base for potentially new ARMS reps. If there is an ARMS 2, I could see them bringing in a new ARMS rep from the new ARMS game.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this. I do feel like...
As of December 2019, the game sold 2.5 million copies. There's going to be an ARMS 2.
I feel like there'll be an ARMS 2, but I'm not sure when.
I think it'll be sooner rather than later, because
I think they'll do a spin-off called Legs.
No, they won't.
Legs.
No, they won't.
Honestly, next game I do honestly think wouldn't be surprised if there was one character to do with extendable legs though.
Now that I could see.
Yeah, we had Twin Tail, which was just hair.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
I don't think people really care about Twin Tail because of her hair.
Oh my gosh, do not bring it up.
Either way, can we all agree? Piranha Plant's probably staying just to piss us off.
No.
I don't know
Piranha
why.
Plant, the story sounds like he was just a test dummy.
I don't know why,
that was
but
so funny that the development team decided to make it a character.
I don't know why.
Like an April Fool's joke in a way?
I don't know why, but I feel like Plant will stay, even though I feel like everything tells me he's destined to be cut.
Okay, listen. Has anyone sat down and actually thought about what Sakurai said about the inclusion of Piranha Plant? Like, he said, "Oh, it's because it's more recognizable than some other characters."
It's more.
Sure, but by that logic, where's fucking Goomba? Where's fucking Koopa Troopa?
I think Sakurai just made this the ultimate smash just to piss us off with Plant at the end.
No.
I think that was his master plan.
Sakurai. Okay, I generally trust him, but I think Sakurai, even you could tell he was bullshitting through his teeth with that one.
I think he was just trying to fuck with everyone at the end. And honestly, I respect it.
Maybe Nintendo mandated that they have a Mario DLC character because Smash.
And Sakurai's just like, you know what? Fuck you, Nintendo. I want to know Nintendo's reaction to hearing a Plant's gonna be in Smash. But yeah, honestly, a part of me just says Plant won't be cut. I feel like he should be, but a part of me just says he won't be. I think Nintendo will just keep him as a fucking joke character.
Have we had a joke character every
We've had a, I wouldn't say joke, but we've
game,
had a
or is
gag.
this kind
We've
of
had
like
a
the
gag
first one we've
character every
actually had
game.
one?
Jigglypuff,
Oh, okay.
Mr. Game and Watch,
Rob. Duck Hunt?
Wii Fit Trainer.
Was Rob really a gag character with how
He's-
serious Subspace Emissary took him?
He's a fucking toy. Don't try and act like he isn't a gag character.
Like he literally was like the character with probably the most character development in the whole
Yeah,
Subspace
but I
Emissary.
mean, I don't.
He was basically the main character. He was basically the main character.
Rob ain't Mario.
Yes, even above Mario.
Rob ain't.
Mario's just there for the food.
Listen. We can all agree Lucas is a real main character. He goes through depression.
Okay, Lucas actually does get development in Subspace as well. I will concede that Lucas does give off main character energy.
And you know why that is? Because we'll never get Mother 3. They're teasing us.
Okay, that was uncalled for.
Anyways, should we get to our first actual topic?
I guess.
What do you mean?
Although I would consider. I thought Smash. This being the end of Smash was a topic. Just talking about the future.
Yeah, we're talking about the future. We're going to talk about. Then I think we'll talk about the past. Then I think we'll do our predictions at the end.
Okay.
I mean, we could actually talk about some of the other stuff recently going on if we want.
It's up to you though. I feel like since this podcast was built on Smash, it might be good to end it with Smash designated one. Since Smash will be over after this.
All right, I'll just say 5 things very quickly. Kirby Forgotten Land looks amazing. Bayonetta 3 is thank God it exists actually.
They're gonna restart development.
Banjo on Switch Online, thank you very much. I owe you my life. I miss my Nintendo 64 very dearly. And Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, yay, I get to lose another 100 hours of my life with my friends. Alright, that's all I had to say on that.
Okay, can we get Conquer on Nintendo Switch Online, please?
Yes.
Okay, can Microsoft and Nintendo at least remember it exists?
No.
But Conquer was better than Banjo.
Now that is a controversial take.
Banjo was so boring. Conquer at least had personality.
No. You know who's better than both of them? Gex.
Square Enix isn't real. Get over it, CNJ.
Okay. As for the direct for me, all I will say is Disney Magic Kingdom 2 almost gave me a heart attack.
Did you just see that? Honestly, I just saw that and I was just like, what the fuck?
Mickey with an invitation. Second of all, we get that instead of Kingdom Hearts on Switch or even Epic Mickey. Third,
we're never gonna get Kingdom Hearts on Switch.
I hope it does, but I know it's not.
We will. We will get Kingdom Hearts on Switch.
It's gonna be like GTA 5.
At least for Kingdom Hearts 3. I can tell probably 1.5, 2.5, maybe 2.8 on Switch soon.
It's like GTA 5.
I say 2.8 maybe because
happen.
of Fragmentary Passage.
Oh, so Deltarune Chapter 2 based. Chris is our last DLC fighter.
But Chris doesn't fight.
Yeah, exactly.
No, actually, I have a question. So like Chris and his, I guess you can call it a group, they kind of like change forms in a different world, right? I think that's what happens.
Yes.
Okay, is it kind of like Persona 5 in a way with the Phantom Thieves when they get in the metaverse, or?
I haven't gotten that. I'm still going through Chapter 2.
We don't know what
but I'm gonna
happens,
guess it's
I
just
don't think. I haven't played I haven't played Chapter 2. I don't know if I will play Chapter 2 anymore.
You're cringe.
No, it's not that.
Cringe.
It's that I saw things that were kind of spoilery, and I just killed any and all motivation I had to play the game at all.
You just go on Twitter. Chris dies. Well, fuck that. I'm not watching Chapter 2 anymore.
You're joking, but that's actually how I would react.
Just
I
someone's doing
Toby Fox's fans. I fucking hate Toby Fox's fans. I wish them a very good, never enjoy another video game again. Fuck you. They hand out this shit like trick-or-treat candy.
Yeah, but what about the fan art?
You could at least tag the shit with like the hashtag so you could mute it at least and not have to see it before you've played it. But no, that's even too much to ask.
Okay.
What about the music recreations?
What's the fault?
That's YouTube's fault because YouTube won't they won't let you mute shit on YouTube because of course YouTube just wants you. YouTube just wants you to watch everything ever, including videos that'll make you hate yourself.
Sans gives burst to Papyrus. Real footage.
You have no idea how many times somebody says in the chat, what did the fans do to you? They ruined the experience of being an Undertale fan.
Well, simple. Just ignore them.
No, actually, I have a question. Is he named Papyrus or Papyrus?
Papyrus.
Like, how do people call him?
Papyrus.
Oh, okay.
As in papyrus, like a type of paper, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I know from Egypt, but I thought that was called papyrus.
Oh, you lose stuff in transliteration.
Oh, okay, it's just translation. Let's see, what else was in the direct that was interesting? Monster Hunter Rise? PC, it's coming to PC, and also with the new DLC expansion that I forgot the name of.
Somebody said, I thought papyrus was a fruit. You're thinking papaya?
Papyrus is a font. Hasn't Matt Pat taught you anything?
Secret plot twist.
Oh yeah, right.
Papyrus turns to a font.
Oh right, the Mario movie. I lost a lot of faith in that here in the cast.
A Mario movie. You know what's funny? I did not laugh in my reaction at all. Because I knew only some of the voice actors. But I was a little bit sad that Danny DeVito was not at least Bowser, or
honestly,
if there was Wario in it, but
honestly,
Jack Black is cool.
I'll admit Jack Black is a pretty good choice for Bowser, but honestly, just seeing all the celebrity actors, I lost a lot of faith. I feel like this will just be your average Illumination movie now, and that saddens me.
I'm kind of sad that people are not liking Seth Rogen being in the movie, at least. And honestly, I think also Chris Pratt had issues with that as well.
Honestly, it's just... I know I can't judge until I see a trailer, but I feel like it's just gonna be shit at this point.
Maybe people will just love it because they can make funny memes out of it.
It's gonna be Teen Titans Go, the movie.
Okay. Okay, that's actually a good example.
Either way, at least I can live pretending it doesn't exist. Who knows? Maybe it'll become a huge surprise like the Sonic movie, where it suddenly is amazing. Definitely been weirder stuff.
Mario movie is going to be trash. I've just written it off already.
Yeah, same. I mean, there's still a chance, I guess, but... yeah, I've lost a lot of faith.
However, there have been so many Donkey Kong memes online with Seth Rogen's laughing laugh.
That's just a depressing topic in general.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, after the laugh part is over, like, okay, we had our laugh, it's funny. Like, oh, Mario movie cast is cringeworthy. And then we go to, you have to sit there and think about how the movie's going to turn out. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be insanely bad. It's just kind of sad.
Yeah.
Like it's funny. The casting was so bad, but it was so bad it was funny. Not like so bad it's indicative of something cool. That's not going to be the case.
Who knows?
Like we were laughing at them, not beside them.
I mean, I'm still gonna wait for a trailer, but I've lost a lot of faith. Honestly, thought they could pull off a miracle here.
Something told me Chris Pratt's voice is gonna be like those New York Italian guys for some reason, like a higher voice.
Don't make me more depressed.
I love racial stereotypes.
Oh, Mario's just gonna be a walking stereotype of an Italian man.
It's a me, Mario.
We touched on my spaghettis. That's gonna be said about 700 times. That's gonna be a running gag for the whole movie, in fact.
My spaghetti. What a blast from the past.
Oh,
Wow would be a great voice actor. I'd agree. Anyways, should we get to...
There is one last thing that we haven't touched on. The new onlines. Game Boy wasn't mentioned. Will it still come?
I think so. Yeah, maybe like probably. I think we would get an announcement next year, or at least like as soon as possible at E3, maybe.
In that case,
but they usually do all their online stuff in the fall.
In that case, do you think it'll be part of the basic plan or the new plan?
Maybe. That actually is kind of hard. Because usually, like, at least Game Boy and Game Boy Color, their games are kind of a little limited. Probably less limited than NES. So, in a way, I would kind of see Game Boy and Game Boy Color for just regular online. And 64 and Sega Genesis would stay for the expansion pass and maybe, like...
Game Boy Advance for also expansion pass?
I don't know. Actually, no, I'm not going to say or maybe even Neo Geo.
They'll add other systems. They want Netflix for classic games.
I'm just waiting for the Neo Geo, honestly. I want to play King of Fighters, not on my PC.
I just, honestly, if they add any system, I kind of want to see, from a third party, I kind of want to see them at Atari just to see the reactions.
They should put E.T. That'd be the funniest thing ever.
E.T. Pack 11, he crashes Smash. Either way, talking about that, I think we should move on to Pack 11.
Yeah, first of all, Twitter has been, oh my gosh, a little crazy with at least one specific fighter, and
that character won't be Pack 11. You've heard it now.
Everyone
that
watching this probably
is not
knows
going to get in.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sora doesn't have a chance. I'll say it now.
Sora is not going to be in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm sorry, guys. It's just not happening.
I don't think Disney's holding him back. I don't think there's a reason he can't be in. But I think if he wasn't, he would have been in by now. I don't think they would save a massive reveal for the end. They've never done that before.
Me and my friends on the Golden Sun Discord have been theory crafting about this for quite a while now, and
I guess the 4chan leak.
yeah, I think that we've kind of come up with something that's kind of plausible. If you really think about it, what do all of the final characters of the previous game share in common?
In terms of what?
What do they all share in common?
They're all video game characters.
Well, that besides that. Okay, the final characters are Jigglypuff, Mr. Game & Watch, Wolf, and Bayonetta. What do they all share in common?
They're all evil.
Oh, like not like really big characters, kind of like
Yes.
mediocre.
Well, it's not that they're mediocre.
I
Jigglypuff was popular in the anime. Mr. Game & Watch was an important legacy character. Wolf did fill in a slot missing for Star Fox. It needed the rep. And Bayonetta was requested at least decently in Europe. Okay? The thing that unifies them is that they're all okay characters. They're all okay. They're all decently popular. They're not big. They're decently popular. But the thing that unifies them is that they're characters that could have been revealed earlier in the game. And they weren't. And why is that? Well, let's think about this. When you go in and reveal a character, what's a character trying to do? They're trying to sell you on the game, basically.
Or
that's the entire purpose. And that's why it is that games open up with their bigger editions first. Our first editions in Brawl, like we had several of them announced simultaneously. Meta Knight, Pit, Zero Suit Samus, Wario, and Snake. They were all at the same time. And then we had Villager and Mega Man in the next game, same time. Ridley in the next game was Ridley and Inkling.
And everyone's here.
We get our biggest reveals out of the way at the beginning. We open strong, but we close in a way which is
mediocre.
Okay. It's okay, but it's not spectacular. It's something that could have happened earlier. Okay? And if you think about it like that, then, like, why would they set it up like that? It's because you reveal one of your weaker characters at the end, because if the person you're revealing the characters to hasn't bought the game by now, nothing's really going to convince them. It doesn't make marketing sense to have your biggest reveal at the end.
Yeah, it's just
because
it's more fanboy logic.
Right. It doesn't make sense to have your biggest character in the end, because doing so just makes it so that basically like
there are less
people it would leave people hungry for more in ways that you can't provide if the game is done. That's why it is that Brawl could have ended with Sonic. It very easily could have ended with Sonic, and no one would have complained. That would have been the most fitting finale to Brawl imaginable. But they didn't. They even had to delay the game to add Sonic in, and they didn't end with Sonic. So,
to be fair, the characters they did add afterwards would probably not made it in without the delay.
They added King Dedede, Olimar, Lucario, Rob, Toon Link, and Wolf.
No, Wolf, Toon Link, and Jigglypuff. Those three probably wouldn't have made it in if it wasn't for the delay. So somehow they were going to cut Jigglypuff. Can we go back to that reality where Jigglypuff kicked the bucket?
Anyways, you guys are getting what we're saying here, right? It doesn't make business sense for your final character
to be Sora or Master Chief.
Right, it doesn't make business sense. They would have revealed that ages ago to get people to buy the pass.
Or I could have seen it as Pack 5 because E3's event where I could have seen them staging it off, but
right,
they're not going to end it.
Or even if it was like a character. Let's use the theater of our minds, okay, for a minute. What is a bigger stage for a presentation? This takes it to our second major point. What's a bigger stage for a presentation? A Nintendo Direct that 1 million people worldwide are watching simultaneously, or a Sakurai Presents?
Yes.
A Sakurai Presents is a big deal, yes, but it is inherently a smaller stage by comparison than a proper Nintendo Direct. If you go onto YouTube right now and you search Nintendo Direct and you look at the last episode of Nintendo Direct, see how many views it's got. It's like over 5 million when I last checked. And you look at the biggest Smash million, which was Byleth, ironically.
Yeah.
Okay, Nintendo Direct is an inherently bigger platform for reveals than a Sakurai Presents.
And if they did honestly
and that's it deliberate. It's deliberate. Like, even if we had a character that was so far out of the norm, right? Like, let's say we're going to think about, like, I don't know, Gordon Freeman or Geralt from The Witcher. Okay? That would have just been in a Direct.
Or they would have waited for the Game Awards.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They would have waited for the Game Awards. It's not going to be something like Sora, which is a character that the hardcore fandom wants. Or it's not even going to be a character that's, like, completely unexpected that people would want, like Geralt or Gordon Freeman or, like, I can't even say for certain.
The Heavy?
Considering, like, some of the weirder ones have already ended up in the game some way or another, such as Ezio, Assassin's Creed.
I mean, you could have, like, the Heavy's a good example.
Right, that stuff would have just been in the Direct or in the presentation.
Yeah.
So it's not happening, guys.
Valve. I know it's an example, just Valve in general.
It's not happening.
Pack 11 will probably be, if I had to guess, I'd say it'll probably be, at best, a low B tier character, but I'd guess more around the C or D tier.
I don't think it's going to be terrible.
I don't think it'll be terrible. I just think it'll disappoint people.
No, I don't even know. Someone said, he just said, I think it'll be a moderate third party like Terry or Steve. No. Steve would have been their E3 character.
What do you wait? Did he say Steve's moderate?
It makes sense with the delays.
Wait. Pause. Did he say
Steve would have been?
Wait, no, wait. Did he say Steve would have been moderate?
He said they said moderate. No, Steve was big. Steve was their E3 character before the pandemic, guys.
Steve crashed Twitter. No other Smash character had done that. Or has done
And I know that some dude tried to argue with me that Steve disproves what I'm saying because, like, he was in his own reveal. The only reason he was in his own reveal was because he had to be. Otherwise, he would have been at E3.
Yeah, there was kind of a human pandemic going on. You know, it would have been hard to have a big stage there. How we didn't even get directs that year for the most part. We got like one mini direct, then a ton of partner ones.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, would have been really cool if SMT5 was revealed to be alive, and also that Nocturne was getting remastered at a proper E3 Direct, but whatever. That was the only thing from that Direct that I remember that was cool.
I remember seeing Ori, and that's about it.
So anyways.
But yeah.
He says maybe this fighter is a big one like Steve. Okay, but if it was Steve levels of big, they should have just put it in the Nintendo Direct.
They should have just had it at E3, honestly.
Or they would have waited for Game Awards. No, they intentionally, deliberately took they cut this up deliberately.
Honestly, even if it was
Nintendo
a niche
Direct
party like Terry, I feel like they would have revealed it in the Direct.
Exactly. Even a niche third party, like if they were adding, I don't know,
So Bad Guy.
So Bad Guy. That's a perfect example. Soul Bad Guy. He would have been in the direct.
Soul Bad Guy would have been awesome. He has so much amazing music.
So,
I
what
feel
does
like
this sound like? It's kind of sounding like a first party at this point.
it's Battle of 2.0.
Cinderace.
Cinderace confirmed.
I don't think it's Cinderace. Because I think that Cinderace was still... Like, there's Pokemon fans, right? They're expecting content. That, to me, seems like a main direct reveal.
Honestly, I think it's just going to be some character which may not be horrible, but will disappoint people a lot.
Here's a theory I have.
Oh no, CNJ's going to confirm
There are
Sora.
either two options for this last fighter. No, not that. But it's kind of based on what SpaceKing was saying. One, it would be a first party or second party in general. Or two, it could be like a like a niche third party maybe, but something that that is connected from the same series or a company. Like for instance, and I know this does not make sense, a Sonic character. Just an example.
If it was a Sonic character, they would have definitely revealed that in the direct. Sonic's massive.
Okay, maybe not the best example.
What's next?
Dr.
They're gonna
Eggman,
reveal,
absolutely.
what's next? They're going to reveal another Final Fantasy character. Tifa confirmed in this presentation.
Tifa would have been saved for the Game Awards. Tifa is a much bigger character than people give her credit for.
Yeah, Tifa's probably the third biggest character in Final Fantasy 7, and I would argue the series. In terms of iconicness.
But here's the thing: if we're gonna talk about like Master Chief or Sora, I feel like let's say they would be the last fighter or whatever. How the direct like?
Yeah, they would.
Do you guys think the direct is shared equally, like in terms of how much people are talking about each game, each announcement?
No, definitely not. I don't really see anyone mentioning Disney's World 2. Except you, CNJ.
At least the big games like Bayonetta 3 or the new Kirby one.
I wouldn't say they're equal.
No, those games got like 4 or 5 minute long trailers.
I definitely
No,
hear more
I mean in
people
terms of
talking about
people
Bayonetta
talking
3.
about them, is it equal?
No.
Oh, I mean, both their individual trailers have over 1 million views. They're the big ones that people are talking about.
I see more people talking about Bayonetta than Kirby, though. But probably because Bayonetta, people were convinced it was in development hell.
This is really confusing to say.
But I feel like they would have had to reveal it in the direct, 'cause that's also when they'd have the most eyes. Meaning they could get the most attention, meaning it could lead to the most sales of DLC, or how maybe Smash copies itself.
Well, maybe they're not trying to sell DLC at this point.
They're just gonna end off.
They
with
already
the
sold.
stack.
No. They already sold all the copies they're gonna sell with Steve and Sephiroth.
Yeah, those two probably did bring in a lot. Steve's massive worldwide. Sephiroth's massive in Japan and has a fan base in the West. Even if he isn't as big as a request.
Dead Prince said in the chat they spent 4 years giving Bayonetta braids. Oh no, I'm sure it's not that. They just announced it way too early.
Oh, don't worry. Metroid Prime 4 will exist eventually. They're just making sure Samus is shiny. Either way.
So from all this,
Yeah, if I really had to put money on a character, I would say it will be someone first party. I'm not sure who, but I really do feel like at this point it's going to be first party.
like Waluigi.
I don't. I want to be optimistic here, but I do honestly feel like it would be a direct reveal.
Okay, I want to talk about Waluigi. I want to talk about this. Okay. Well, we opened up the pass with.
I'll be back in a minute.
Min Min, right?
Yes, I'll be back in a minute.
So that means that they had a first party to open up the pass that would have been a big seller, that would have been surprising in Waluigi, if Waluigi's in the game. And they just didn't. I don't see the logic. right? Like, Waluigi to me made much more sense if he was at the front of the DLC in Pass 2 than he does at the end. And because, like, earlier on is when we're trying to sell passes. We're trying to sell content.
Understandable.
So, like, I also think that there's something with Waluigi that I just don't think he's going to get in the game. And the reason for that isn't my personal bias because I'm a Golden Sun guy or whatever. I just think that they'd be stretching, right? I just think they'd be stretching to add content for him. Like, are we going to add Waluigi and then put in Waluigi Pinball and then put in, like, Mario Kart and tennis music and then a board of only Waluigis? I just don't think so. I think that Waluigi's best shot at this point was if there was a bonus fighter.
I agree with that.
There doesn't seem to be. Doesn't seem to be.
I still think there is a chance of a bonus, because I don't see him mentioning it if there was one.
Right.
That's the
right.
But I wouldn't say it's likely. I would say it's something you shouldn't write off though, a bonus.
I don't know, because it's just Sakurai's wording, and he said the game will be complete.
I feel like I do feel like it would be something he would want to cover up though at the same time. I definitely wouldn't put money on it though. I would say it's possible, something to keep in mind, but not more.
You want to know what I think it might be?
I swear to God, if you say Isaac, I'll strike you down.
I think our bonus is freaking. If you bought both passes, you get a Sora Mii costume.
I doubt it. I doubt they'd go for Disney for a Mii costume.
I highly agree. They would either be in or out.
I don't think Disney would put up a.
Or it could be a Master Chief Mii costume.
I feel like that would be more money than it's worth. I don't see that honestly.
You know, you were saying, I swear to God, if you say Isaac, there's actually something to talk about there too.
I will smite you down if you say Isaac is lightly.
We know.
I actually think there's an argument to be made, because the thing is, when you're looking at all the assist trophy characters, the only ones that seem like they could fit the bill for being these final characters here that have content to fill out a fighter pack proper are Isaac and Shovel Knight.
At the same time, you have to assume we would even get an assist trophy upgrade. I don't think they disconfirm. That's one stance I won't change on. But at the same time, just because I don't think they disconfirm doesn't mean I think that would have to happen.
Right. I'm not saying that. But I do think that an assist trophy deconfirmation at the end would be a surprise, but it wouldn't be one that sets the world on fire, which would fit in line with the idea of the previous finales.
At the same time,
right? It's something kind of cool, but not something giant.
At the same time, every current inclusion has made a level of sense to why they were included. Isaac has popularity, but he doesn't really have any reason Nintendo would want him. Unless we assume,
the same could be said of King K. Rool.
Yeah,
Banjo.
But King K. Rool was base, and Banjo was a case where he was third party owned by Microsoft, which would help relations. And how? Now we're getting Banjo on Switch, so we can assume that helped.
Right. But King K. Rool had nothing.
Yeah, but King K. Rool was also base game.
Demand.
King K. Rool was also base game.
Okay, but that doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, but from what we know, Sakurai chose base game. He didn't choose DLC.
I don't think so. I think they just looked. I think that the character selection process is pretty uniform, honestly.
I mean, going off what we've heard, yeah, I think it is actually Sakurai who chose base. Because remember what Reggie said. It's up to Sakurai if Waluigi gets in. It seems pretty concrete there to me.
I don't know.
But I don't see the evidence for someone like Isaac. Unless we see another Golden Sun game get announced alongside it, which I hate to be pessimistic here, but I don't see happening. It's possible, but I don't think it's likely at this point.
I also said that it's an idea that they could do Shovel Knight at the end. I just think that those are the two that make the most sense at the end.
If it was Shovel Knight,
They're
I feel
good
like they would have
characters.
announced it in the direct.
They're good characters.
Yeah, they're good
No,
characters.
no. Shovel Knight's much more small than people give it credit for.
Oh,
right?
I know. But at the same time, I'm writing off Soul Bad Guys, so who I think's honestly smaller than Shovel Knight. Even because when those decisions would have been made, it would have been made before Strife, which is when I'd say Guilty Gear kind of picked up a lot.
Guilty Gear had already been okayly big.
But I would say Shovel Knight was bigger, due to the indie scene popularity.
Okay, how about this fighter? Nahobino from SMT5. Personally,
No.
I highly doubt she's getting it. There's no way.
I'm
There's no
writing.
way.
It's a he.
I'll be honest. I'm writing off anyone
Wait.
who's third party personally.
It's a he. Now Bino is a boy.
Sorry, my bad. No, but anyways, yeah, there's no way he's getting in. The development of SMT5 was not like Fire Emblem 3 Houses at all.
Honestly, I don't know who Pack 11 will be.
If you get an SMT character, it's Demi Fiend.
I agree with that.
Nah, it's Dante. I'm joking.
Actually, I think Demi Fiend would be cool because he would be like a character that would be like.
Holy shit! It's
Because
Joker
he's
with tattoos.
canonically, Demi Fiend is more powerful than Kirby in canon. Can I still be heard?
Yep.
Anyways, I was trying to say Kirby is more. Demi Fiend is more powerful than Kirby in continuity. So like, it could be kind of reminiscent of like the secret final boss character of like other fighting games such as Akuma, where you have this ridiculously powerful character at the end of one last showdown. And I think Demi Fiend kind of fits the bill of that because he is actually ludicrously powerful within the context of his own games.
Honestly, I'm actually drawing for a blank for Pack 11 now.
I mean, it can be anyone. Not really anyone, obviously, but like, it can be someone, and we just not know.
CNJ, I kind of guessed it could be someone.
No, I don't think anyone was guessing it was someone. Maybe it was something. Joke.
Oh, that's one actually I wanted to mention. The bonus thing.
Silence.
I wanted to mention, what if it was something like a story mode if you get both passes?
That's kind of interesting. Perhaps.
I don't.
There was also another thing with something that Samus Hunter talked about. Japan, after the direct, they announced that like Breath of the Wild and Splatoon 2 would get new additions with all the DLC in them, and Samus Hunter said that like we could probably get like a Smash Bros. 1 after all the DLC ends, but even still, I don't think that would count for the bonus thingy.
I still do think we'll get some kind of bonus. I do think that spot will be filled. Best case scenario is the character and it's Waluigi. But it's just kind of sad knowing Smash will end here with Ultimate, I mean.
So, chat, who do you guys think could possibly be the last fighter, maybe? The suspense is rising with 5 to 4 days left. I'm honestly kind of scared, guys. Tell that to Twitter. They will love that.
Samus Hunter said we're getting something extra in the Sakurai Presents.
possible, but
No,
What?
I'm reading
Maybe-
what Base said.
yeah, I know.
I honestly, I don't know. This is the first time I think in Smash Ultimate history where I'm at a blank. I don't know.
You know something?
whatsoever.
My friend also. I'm reading through my friend's DMs right now. And I just realized something.
What?
He made a good point. All of this passes content seems based upon content that was either intended for or seemingly an addendum to stuff that was missing from the base game. Okay?
Makes sense.
Chorus
Sephiroth.
Kids confirmed.
Sephiroth was basically an amendment to the Final Fantasy content, which was severely lacking. ARMS and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 were both considered for the base game and weren't able to make it on account of time constraints, right?
Kazuya was the whole moveset thingy.
Kazuya was considered previously, and
Heihachi was.
Heihachi was. They couldn't figure out how to translate a Z-axis to Super Smash Brothers, and they just changed things on account of, they changed things because the Devil Gene allowed them to basically translate his moves into just the special moves, right? And that's how that ended up working out in the case of a Tekken representation. And Steve had been negotiated for an extremely long time.
5 years, wasn't it?
Space, are you saying Chun-Li is a fighter? She was cut for Ken. She was? Where's the evidence?
It's just a fake leak that said that.
Oh, rise up. As Hizumi Zygo says.
I just googled Chun-Li Smash and I don't see anything.
He was talking about like a Papa Gino's video where
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it's just a fake leak.
they were talking about girl characters or something.
No, these characters I'm talking about, we know flat out there's
No,
things that they were talking
the
about.
Chun-Li thing was a fake leak.
Yeah, these are the things that we're talking about. Like, we just definitively know we're in the air, right? Like, Cloud was held back because of legal constraints with the music and the stage representation and all of that, and that was fixed with Sephiroth. Okay, that's definitive. That's from the word of God. There with Sakurai, right?
Yeah.
Same for
ARMS
Kazuya.
and Xenoblade both were too late.
And then Steve was presumably just in development hell.
Well, more like legal hell. But what would that mean for last character? Because I should also say we shouldn't assume a pattern will just continue. We can use it for evidence, but we shouldn't just assume that to be the case from going forward. But
Who would for that?
But if that did stay true, I would honestly have to put my money on someone like Chorus Kids. Rhythm Heaven's probably one of the few series that I could still see happening. It isn't too big to the point where I'd have to see it happening in Nintendo Direct. It doesn't have a lot of content in Ultimate. It's been previously considered, most likely. I'd say that fits the bill pretty well if we assume that pattern stays true. You guys there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
But yeah, if we assume that does stay true, where I'm not sure it would, I would have to guess someone like Chorus Kids or Cry Joe.
Understandable.
Did you have someone else in mind, SpaceKing?
Oh. I'm just reading into the history here. Okay, for Smash Bros. Ultimate's base game, all of the characters were decided at the very beginning. All of them. because it was a wish from Iwata to Sakurai to produce a new game for the new console.
I think he said the ultimate Smash game.
Well, no. Iwata specifically requested Sakurai to make a new Smash Bros. Game for the Nintendo Switch. And they had been long-term friends. That was his final request to him, and that's why it is that he went ahead and did the game. All of the characters in Ultimate, the base game of Ultimate, were decided from the very beginning. Presumably, Sakurai didn't have much to do with the actual character selection process. If that is in fact the case, then that means that Nintendo heard all of the feedback regarding King K. Rool, Ridley, etc., and they are the ones that made the call to add them.
From what I can tell, that's more on the end of Sakurai deciding because of what directly said. And he was the president of Nintendo of America at the time.
No, that whole thing there with the Nintendo of America stuff, Sakurai is aware of the demand for particular characters. He just can't do anything for it when the roster is locked in.
Oh, obviously.
He doesn't.
Well, obviously.
The way character selection process, what we know of it goes is Nintendo suggests a fighter, Sakurai says yes or no if it can be done,
DLC.
and they move forward.
We don't know if that's the case for base. There's nothing suggesting it is.
I'm looking for something. I could have sworn I heard something.
Picture next June, Sakurai and the team decided to change their minds and add another fighter once to twice per year until the Switch systems are discontinued. About that, I feel like the game is being stretched to its limit in terms of just, how do you call it?
I disagree with that. I feel like
Hardware.
they could add more if they really wanted to, but I feel like they won't. I don't know if Nintendo would even be interested at this point, because I'm guessing Smash, while profitable, is slowly losing its steam.
Maybe because it's just been around so long. Actually, never mind. Scratch that.
Like, I would have guessed the DLC, if they did do a Pass 3, would not be as profitable as Pass 1 and 2. Unless they went insane with the characters.
Insane with the characters. Is there one more character who was cut from base game we have not seen yet? I would only guess someone from Rhythm Heaven. I cannot remember anything else. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, 1 minute.
I'm reading up on the development history of Smash Ultimate right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at that too. Tokamari was considered. Oh god, I'm gonna have to bring her up again, aren't I? Ayumi Takabana.
Ayumi, is Ayumi from Famicom Detective thingy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Gino's in, guys. Gino was considered, he's in. Confirmed. Honestly, yeah, Yumi is possible. She has a remake on Switch. I'd say she's actually possible.
Hey, that's fair. Watch Twitter go down on Monday. Just watch.
Well, watch it go down because John Z gets in.
No,
I'm calling it now. John Z will be the Steve of next game.
next game? Really?
Next Smash.
I don't know, but like, do you think Fortnite would even be relevant until then? And even still, we'd not even know when the next Smash game is.
It'll probably
Could
be
be
less
5
relevant, but I
years.
feel like it'll be kind of like in the stage where Minecraft was losing relevancy.
Alright, there's no definitive information either way on how the character selection process works for the base game.
Yeah, that's why I went off what Reggie said and took that as the best piece of evidence we have.
That's not really evidence.
I mean, if
That just means that Sakurai is aware of demand in the same way that Ridley was. That's in the same way that Sakurai was aware of the demand for Ridley in Smash 4.
I know, but in that case, but Reggie also did say the choice is down to Sakurai, not that it was down to Nintendo.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. That's the reason I said that's some of the best evidence we have. It's not exactly as strong, but it's better than nothing.
Surprised no one is talking about Epic Mickey for Smash. Sorry. Would it look if Jack from Far Cry is the last fighter? He was on a Nintendo system and has several perks/abilities throughout his game, and it's still getting new games and content. I find it unlikely, in my opinion.
I'm reading the interview right now.
Sorry, someone sent me a funny picture.
Okay, so the way basically the exact wording was that they relayed to the Smash team that yeah, there was demand for Waluigi, but it doesn't seem anything definitive like that Sakurai had actually a word there. We don't. The truth of the matter is that we just don't really have that much information on how the character selection process works.
In base,
With
base at least DLC, we have enough evidence to know how it works.
I don't know.
Either way, we know Nintendo chooses for DLC. So I think it's best just to go off how they've chosen for DLC and not for base.
And well, I'm just gonna say for my final prediction, I think it'll actually be an assist trophy character. I don't know who. I just think it will be one. And the reason I think it'll be an assist trophy character is because it would fit the pattern of the previous finales of Super Smash Bros. Whether it's Isaac or not, I don't know. Maybe it is Isaac. We haven't really had a fighter in this past that's definitively, easily identifiably from the fighter's ballot. So whatever. Maybe it's Shovel Knight. I don't know.
What about Steve?
I just think it'll be. I don't think Steve was from the fighter ballot, just on account of the fact that, like.
I mean, to be fair, he was selected around the time of the ballot. That's when negotiations began.
But also, we do know there was that one comment from like Sakurai where like he was apparently approached by a Nintendo executive said, "Surely, Sakurai, you can add Minecraft content to Super Smash Brothers," and he just did a long sigh and then said, "Yes."
Just said yes, master.
So yeah, I don't think that was the ballot. I think that was definitely a corporate intention there.
I do think Sephiroth could have been from the ballot, honestly.
From the ballot?
How do we know Steve and Sephiroth were from the ballot?
Oh, we don't. We don't know Banjo. The only character we know was from the ballot for DLC is Banjo. We don't even know if the ballot's still being used. Or if they even care about having a character for that, because they've added popular characters.
I just didn't see that much support at all for Steve and Sephiroth back during Smash 4.
I'm pretty sure Steve definitely got votes from kids. I can say that with...
He got votes, but I don't think he was, like, overwhelming like it was obviously in the case of King K. Rool.
I don't think it was overwhelming in the sense of King K. Rool, but I feel like he would have got more votes than people would care to give credit for. Like, I wouldn't have been surprised if he was in the top 20. Out of characters who aren't stupid like Goku. Potentially even top 15.
I'll level and say maybe top 25.
I'd say at least top 20 personally.
I don't doubt that he was at least a popular suggestion, but I don't think he was picked just because of the ballot. I think
definitely not.
There was obviously
he was picked because he's from Minecraft. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah, he's from fucking Minecraft.
Oh jeez, what? Steve ain't that big of a deal. He's just from the best-selling game of all time. Now, come on, if they really wanted to add a big deal, they would have added Banjo. Yeah, because, you know, Banjo's bigger than Steve, totally. That's what some Smash fans want to believe. But yeah, Steve is one of the biggest characters added in Ultimate, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, in terms of DLC, I'd argue he is the biggest. The only one who would probably come close is Hero.
Yeah. I think that's fair to say.
Steve was added for money to help sell the pass. Okay.
Steve? Yeah.
No shit.
Probably.
No shit. They probably wanted him in base so they can market it to kids. And that's probably why they'll put up a fucking war to get him in base next game. If it'll happen or not, I'm not sure, but they'll put up a fucking war for it.
Or they'll put in Jonesy Fortnite.
Honestly, I do think Jonesy will be the Steve of next game.
How about Japan?
I wish Epic Games a very happy go out of business.
Honestly, I'll take Jonesy over other characters like Master Chief.
A lot of people would, and that's interesting. Is there anything else to talk about, or?
No, not really. I guess actually.
Those are your two final predictions.
Honestly, I'm not sure in the slightest. If I had to make a guess, I would say fuck it and go with Ayumi.
Ayumi Takabana?
I have no confidence in her, but I feel like if I go for a character I have no confidence with, I'm more likely to get it right.
If I had to nail it down to an assist trophy, I'll just say Isaac because of the fighter's ballot. There you go.
I'm gonna shoot you.
As for me, I think I'll just wait for October 5th, honestly.
Welcome back, everyone, to another insane...
You're boring, C&J.
Yay.
Why are you mad at me for saying Isaac because of the ballot?
Because it's so predictable.
Whatever.
Yeah, everyone has their own hopes and dreams for their fighter, even if
Oh yeah,
whatever. I mean, it's just a prediction. I don't really care if I'm wrong. Whatever, he's gonna get in eventually, anyways, because of modders.
he's gonna get in eventually.
Yeah, because of modders, or not. If we go into the next game, like we're running out of Nintendo characters to add here. He's gonna happen eventually.
It's Smash 55. Finally, I can die in peace.
If they add Isaac, I'll be like fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'll be able to just become one with the Force in peace. I don't give a shit about Smash after that point. The only other characters that you could add that would make me emotional after Isaac would probably be Yunarakami or Chrono, and neither of them are ever happening, so whatever.
I mean, honestly, I could see Chrono
Yunarakami, that would be amazing.
I could actually see Chrono happening. Square Enix gets another record, should be Lara Croft, though.
Gotta be honest with you, Sinji. While I joke about this countless of times, I honestly believe Epic Mickey would have been a fun character. I feel like no one would.
Honestly, the only way I'd care about Surf is if he came with Mickey Mouse. I want to see a pick of the day with Mickey standing next to Mario.
That'd be legendary. But that'd probably never... Actually, that would never happen.
It greatly surprises me that Disney's not making the Mario movie.
It does?
Like, that seems like it was so obvious to me that it would have been Disney they would have partnered up with.
I think the reason they teamed up with Illumination is just due to Nintendo Land in the long run. It's being made in Universal Studios.
Yeah, and I would have thought that for Nintendo Land they would have added it to Disney World.
I don't know. Disney doesn't trend to do outside stuff from what I can tell. I'm not sure.
In a way, I can kind of see what you mean, because like Nintendo and Disney have helped each other since the beginning with the cards, the existence of Epic Mickey in general, and other games like Mickey Mania or Mickey's Speedway.
Yeah, like the Club Penguin's DS game.
Yes.
Saved gaming right there. Either way, yeah.
Hot take, but Club Penguin is one of the worst games ever made.
SpaceKing, I've lost respect for you.
Here's a question for you. What do you think is worse, Toontown or Club Penguin?
Club Penguin.
I've lost even more respect for you now.
Toontown was the shit when I was like 4.
Club Penguin's still the shit.
No.
Yes.
Anyways, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
He's scared of the Club Penguin chads.
Yes. How about this? Out of these... Actually, this might not really be fair, but out of these 5, which one do you think is the worst?
What 5?
The Kingdom Hearts series, Epic Mickey, Toontown, Club Penguin, or Where's My Water?
Kingdom Hearts.
Wow, okay, that's interesting.
It created Sora, so fuck Kingdom Hearts.
Hey, what's the second worst?
Where's My Water?
Like, honestly, I feel like the big 3 for Disney video game stuff is just Toontown, because, you know, legacy stuff, Epic Mickey because of the whole mature concept art in the past, and Kingdom Hearts because Kingdom Hearts.
I would put Club Penguins above Toontown easily.
Okay, interesting.
In terms of iconicness.
Okay, iconicness made sense.
I'm back.
I think we should start wrapping up the podcast.
Forever?
No, for the week.
I thought this was the last one.
No, you're not escaping. Fuck you.
God damn it.
Yeah, we're putting you in the jail again.
God damn it.
Yeah, if you were wondering why we're on hiatus, we were trying to capture him again.
Yeah. He's been going rogue.
Escape the attic, hid in the basement. Anyway,
Trying to hunt down all the Club Penguin fans.
Club Penguin is a terrible game, and I maintain that. The world people only like it because they could get banned in the chat and speed run
SpaceKing.
Meme speed runs.
SpaceKing.
No, I'm right.
Club Penguin over Golden Sun. Fuck you.
Whatever. You think I give a shit?
Yes. I can hear in your voice. You're heartbroken.
I actually don't care.
You're lying.
I picked Mickey over Golden Sun. There you go.
Chad moment. Either way, that wraps up this podcast, guys. I hope you had a smashing time.
We should retitle this the Roast of Club Penguin.
No.
Yes. That'd be beautiful.
In fact, the next episode is going to have a Club Penguin in the banner just to piss you off.
I quit.
I'm going to find some.
I wish everyone luck for
Penguin.
their squad.
I quit. I want my money back.
We're turning into a general podcast, so we're going to talk about the spiritual successor of Club Penguins.
Oh God.
And that's gonna be the topic of the next podcast. Not Pack 11. It's gonna be fucking Club Penguins. Thanks, SpaceKing.
Whatever. Next podcast is the day that Metroid Dread comes out, so we'll actually have a based game to come out and talk about.
But Club Penguin isn't releasing tomorrow. Isn't releasing next week. Either way, I don't think I'm getting Metroid Dread.
Not me either.
Maybe eventually, but yeah, I don't like the price tag. Either way, I guess that wraps up this podcast. You've had a smashing time.
Well, even still,
You guys want to say bye?
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. I wish you good luck for the last fighter. So, yeah.
Good luck. Farewell. May our next meeting bring joy.
And dwell.